Hello and welcome back to the Lakaitis Garage. So I've been working on wiring tonight. You can see a whole bunch of wire laying out on the floor. I've got harnesses from, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 different cars. Parts of harnesses from 3, 4, 5 different cars. 06, 07, 08 Dodge Chargers and 300Cs. And 300s with the 2.7 liter and 300 with, and a Charger with the 3.5 liter engine, and all these things are going to be pulled together and use parts and pieces to make one good wiring harness. And actually I've got a real good start on that right now. Tonight I was repinning ends and coming up with a good plan on exactly what I'm going to use on this thing. You can see down here a mess of wires. What I had here was, well, yeah, I didn't replace. I grabbed one of these from another harness because that plug was missing on this setup. This is the one that, well, anyway, I'll get into that. This one was broken, it had a pin missing on it, and I said I'm not going to use that because I want to make sure that it stays on the TIPM. The ABS harness, the plug in the end of the ABS was gone, so I had to put wires into that thing. That also came from, you know what? It came from another one. It came from the 3.5 one, I think, over in the bin over there. There are a lot of different wiring harnesses, a lot of different options for the TIPM and for the harness themselves on these cars. Different things from power windows that are one touch down on just the driver, or both the driver and the passenger side, or no one touch down, or one touch down plus ABS, or one touch down without ABS, or HID headlights, and this, and I don't know. I really wasn't sure where to go with all this, but what I'm doing right now is dealing with what I've got, and what I've got should be a good setup. This has ABS, I'm sorry. This, I don't know whether this had one touch down on both sides or not. I don't know, and honestly I don't know exactly how to tell. The harness that I've got, the interior harness that I've got, does not have one. It was not set up for one touch down on both sides. It was just normal one touch down on the driver's side. So we'll see what does and doesn't work when I'm all done. And I'll adjust appropriately. Not a big deal. Trying to see here. Yeah, the fun thing about this particular TIPM, it does have HID headlights, and I think, well, yeah, I found that out because the light gray one that did not have an end on it before had extra wires, and I said, uh-oh, where, what, why? Yeah, okay. So, you pull out the trusty book and you say, oh, well, yeah, there it is. You got all kinds of things, and we've got HID headlights. So that's awesome. I don't really know what all that means. I mean, I know what an HID headlight is. I don't know how it's wired into a factory vehicle, though I've only done aftermarket ones. So we'll see how that all comes together. This is going to get HID lights. In fact, I've got them over on the bench. But it's got aftermarkets. So we'll see how that all integrates into the factory harness. Who knows? What I get to do next is put that guy in here. That's what I'm going to do next. This is not the ABS unit that I'm using, by the way. This is just a placeholder. That one has been beaten. It's been rained on by all kinds of grinding, and wow, there's nothing good about that. This engine needs a serious cleaning, but man, am I just, I can't wait to get this thing fired up. In fact, I may fire it up soon, but anyway. Yeah, where was it going to go? This guy is the hole that I'm not going to cut this thing apart and weld it on. I need to cut a hole in the new firewall in the appropriate spot. I can't just go anywhere though. You see, the thing is, these things have to be planned, right? That hole gets to accept this grommet so that these wires can go inside the cab and connect to other wires that are in there and another harness that's behind the dashboard. But this grommet is stationary in the firewall, and this gets to go down to the transmission. So I don't want to lengthen that wire. There are certain things I just, if I can get away without lengthening wires, let's do it. These can go almost anywhere. So my goal is to get this hole into the firewall with about 18 inches of space, 18 inches of room away from the, I can't point to that, there's no way. Away from the transmission plug, and I'm fumbling all around. This transmission plug right down there. Ow! Yeah, hey, sharp metal on the forehead, that's awesome. There's a transmission plug right there. So I'm thinking that harness, man, that's going to be ugly, but it might go right there. It might go right there. Man, it's going to be ugly. Yeah, you never know. I may lengthen those wires yet. Anyway, let's see. The engine computer also needs to mount. I believe right there is where I'm going to put it. Nice, out of the way, ugly spot. My charger's outside, and I hear people out there. Kids. Never mind, I'm not going to worry about young kids. Cool. I've got a 66 Charger that you've probably seen in other shots, and I'm kind of protective of it. It's been in the family since it was new, and I really don't want anything to ever happen to it. So when I hear people outside the garage, I kind of like, what's going on? Anyway, protective. Yeah. You know what? That's what I'm doing. And I've been on this thing making an 8-minute video here, and you don't need to see all this garbage. I'll walk you through just a couple more minutes anyway. Alright, I've kind of got these connected. That whole harness out there, the engine harness that I'm using for this vehicle, comes from, I believe it is, an 06 Charger I got from a guy, right? Well, this guy. I got it from a guy. Anyway, he's been dismantling Chargers and 300s and Magnums for a while now. So he's got kind of a garage, kind of a shed full of these things, full of different parts for the LX series cars. Awesome. Totally awesome. So that came from him. I've got all the everything that came with that vehicle to run this engine from him. So everything for the engine management is all from one vehicle. The ABS unit, the body control module, TIPM, the ECU, the what am I trying to say? The instrument cluster, the gas pedal even is all from that same vehicle. I think there's something else. ABS, maybe I said that already. Anyway, that's all from one vehicle. From their back are parts from other vehicles. I have, let's see, connecting to the TCM right there. TCM is also from that vehicle. Okay, from their back and from these guys' back. This is from a donor car that I've had that I stripped and took the chassis apart and used the chassis on. With the the exception of the window mechanisms. The window mechanisms and the door harnesses I got from the junkyard. These switches, I mean, this plastic doesn't mean anything. The plastic will come off and be thrown away, and I'll put these switches into something else, a little better looking. But that's that one. On that side, the driver's side is this switch, same basic deal. And, you know, it works the same, whatever. I won't be using the mirror switch. I don't care about that because I don't have power mirrors. I'm actually going to use motorcycle mirrors. Motorcycle mirrors from a, well, the generic motorcycle mirrors. What I'd like to find is a stainless steel set. However, what I'm finding are chrome sets, and they'll go on the same. What I'll do is I'll make some mounts up here on the right there so they can screw right on and be ugly right where they should be. Anyway, door harnesses are from, I believe, a 300. In fact, I'm sure they are. This is your entry lighting. Should hang off the bottom of the door. This is the one that goes to the door lock mech. This is the one that goes to the speaker. Get the wiring to go up to the power mirror, but of course there's no power mirror. Let's see. Emergency brake. This one ties into the harness that's in the vehicle right now. That is the one for behind the dash. And there's another connector over there somewhere that connects to. That's actually a stereo amplifier from the Charger, the donor vehicle I had, and that's not going to get used. But it is there. I suppose I could use it if I chose to use a factory radio for a while. I might throw a factory radio in this thing just to get on the road. Anyway, yeah. Great big long power cable. Goes back to the back of the car, truck in this case, whatever. We've got everything from ABS in the back to, well, I've got the whole thing for the trunk and the trunk lighting and in fact, the antenna would have gone on, it looks like, on the back window of the Charger, and I didn't know this. I did not know this. But it looks like that was the antenna. Unless I can prove myself wrong and understand that that's actually the rear window defroster, but I don't think it is. I think the rear window defroster is over there on that one. This is the antenna wire. I know this. I don't know what this is exactly. I think this is the satellite radio receiver, I believe. Trying to think what else I can do. What I can say that's going to be beneficial at all. Because honestly, this isn't. I'm not being beneficial here. I'm just rambling. Yeah. Okay. Here's another thing that goes up to the window, the rear window. Obviously, you can tell the window is broken out, right? I don't know. This is a speaker wire. This is a speaker wire. So we're on the rear deck here, right? And this would be another speaker wire. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this. Who knows? We've got a fuel pump. We've got the other fuel pump over here. Oh! We almost had the other fuel pump over here. No, that's not a fuel pump. That's something, though. It goes down through the floor for something. Uh-oh. Alright, I don't know what this one is. I'll figure that out. I do need to figure that one out. I really do. We've got a back door there we don't care about. Got a back door here that we don't care about. Wait a second, what am I saying? One of those back doors, I'm going to lengthen the wire on strictly to come back to the back door here. hook up to the inside of this one so I can have power on this one also, of course. So it'll unlock with the doors and lock with the doors. And what else do I want to do? Oh yeah, and open, tell the dome light to come on when it's open. That is so much rambling. I can't believe you're still watching this. Seriously. It's a long video. This is what I've got so far. Yeah. Hey, here's a question. Help me out. Which door handles am I using on the interior? I've got a bunch of different options. I've got 3 different options. I've got this option from a Chrysler 200, but it would require me throwing on a different, swapping the mech out for this one, and I'm not so sure that I really want to do that. I have got the one that I've got planned, which is probably what I'll end up doing, just so I don't have to redo another thing. Man. Alright, here's what I've got. So when I placed these things on here, what they are actually from the back door of a Chrysler 300 from like 2004. Alright, and I cut these things apart originally. Because this one would have been on the other door panel. But they're going to go together something like this. I think that's kind of cool. I do like it. Yes, sir, I do. What this means is say I'm using this is my door handle. Was the back door handle, is the front door handle now, and you know what, I kind of like that. I really do. Obviously it'd be covered in a new cover. This is the door speaker up high for the tweets, and I think it would have a low speaker down there. That's what I've got currently planned. Alright, so the option then, if that's what's currently planned, the option would be go to the Charger one and use these guys somehow. Yep. That's the other option. Yes, sir, it is. Same kind of deal. Flippity flop, opens up the door. Whatever. So that's him up. That's him doing. That's him wondering. What do you think looks better? What do you think I should use? Charger? Or 300 setup? I'm leaning more and more toward the 300 setup just to keep it that way. Anyway. Again, I cannot believe you're still watching. This is cool, but man, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I really do. Subscribe down at the bottom. Give me some comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how I can cut this out and make it shorter. Yeah. Again, thank you for looking. I will probably see you shortly.